Well, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. We're up here on the hill this morning. We're gonna do a little riding and get some cattle straightened around. Right over there, there's two cows that aren't my cows. They're neighbor cows. They just came over for a little neighborly bite of grass, which is okay, but now it's time they get back from whence they came. So we're gonna get that straightened out and ride these cattle and see how everything's looking up here. And I'm excited today to be joined by a special guest here on the Wyoming Way. A man many of you are going to recognize. Mr. Dwayne Noel of Dry Creek Wrangler School is going to be helping me ride today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I think I hear Dwayne coming. Yep, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dwayne Noel. How you doing?
How are you?
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, beautiful morning.
What a day, huh?
That's right. Couldn't ask for a better one for this.
You know what's funny is two of these cows are right here.
Yeah.
So we might have to do something clever to stretch this out to make a 15-minute YouTube video.
About 12 minutes we'll be done and go home.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't have a rodeo this morning. This rascal, he ain't never bucked before, but I brought him down and put him on hay. And that hay that I've got him on is like 50% alfalfa.
Yeah.
So he's feeling a little alfalfa-y this morning. But he'll be all right.
Well, I might be in the same boat. I haven't ridden my mare in at least 6 weeks, so.
You got your new 3-year-old?
We might have a little show for you here this morning, YouTube.
But we hope not.
But we hope not. That's right.
Well, this is Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Yeah. Now I've had Biscuit since Texas.
Good morning there, Biscuit.
He's because he's about my smallest horse, and there ain't no buck in him. He's the one that my most timid or smallest students ride. But because of that, he's kind of gotten a little bit independent with his manners, and so I'm gonna ride him for a while and remind him that
we gotta get you straightened back out.
We gotta straighten him back out. So we're gonna ride him. He is, I think he'll be 7 this spring.
Okay.
So I got him for a pistol and a box of cigars for him.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's a cowboy trade.
I think you probably came out on the better end of that.
Yeah. I had a Springfield TRP 1911 and a brand new box of Brickhouse Maduro 6x60s.
There you go.
And so yeah,
I'm learning about Dwayne. See, I figured out why we're such good friends. He loves cowboying and ranching and horses and shooting guns, and so yeah.
There we go.
It's just
yeah, but you and I are going to be like my 2 uncles.
Oh yeah, how so?
Well, they were from Kentucky, and they dealt in used cars. You know,
oh yeah,
shade tree mechanics. Always had the Cutlass Supreme on blocks under the tree in the backyard, and they would trade with everybody, but they would never trade with each other. Because I just heard the kind of deals you make. I don't know if I want to deal with you either. I know. And they would never trade with each other because they knew somebody was going to lose.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I see this morning that congratulations are in order.
11:35.
1 million.
11:35 last night. I watched it roll.
That is awesome. I tell you what, it's not every day you get to go ride cows with a famous YouTube celebrity.
Oh, don't meet your heroes, kids. You'll be disappointed.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
LJ eating on the job. I should have figured as much.
You know, tell me if you found this to be so. Every dun I've ever had, whether it's a dun, a red dun, or a gruya, have always been just a little bit pig-headed, independent-minded, more so than normal. Doesn't matter their bloodline, doesn't matter their breeding, but I know that the gruya, buckskin, dun color gene is a primitive color gene. I know that. So I think that these duns, they've just got some of that primitive horse, you know, back to the Spanish barb and stuff that comes out a little stronger than others. But
you know, I couldn't say one way or the other. I've never been around, I mean, my whole life I've been around thoroughbreds.
Really?
And they all look just like her. They're all bay.
I would not. There's no way. If you'd have pulled her out, there's no way I'd have said that's a thoroughbred.
Well, yeah, and that's what's really cool about the polo pony kind of type.
Yeah.
Is it been selected for that smaller, more compact size? And this is, if you look at all those polo ponies, they all look just like her.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like her.
They're stout, they're smaller, and they're compact. Yeah.
Because I don't like these dang 16-hand thoroughbreds with a head that can eat corn out of the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket, and they stay jacked up. You know, and they got such fine bones, they stay sore. And so that's why I was like, man, why is he riding thoroughbreds?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people have asked about that. And, you know, I guess it is kind of unique because I don't know a whole lot of other ranchers around here that ride thoroughbreds. There's some.
All right, buddy. Yeah.
And we're up and away. I'm just going to go open this gate.
Okay.
I'm gonna go trot around them and kind of get them stopped on this flat before they take off down that draw. We gotta just get them to settle down and kind of relax a little bit, and then we can go in there real easy and cut out the ones we need. But we're gonna have to get them to settle down a little bit. Dwayne's gonna watch the gate for me so they don't go out. I see one right there, great big cow right there. That's not mine. I might let some of them that are mine, I'm going to let them trickle out this way and see if I can hold back. Like that cow right there, she needs to go out. Actually, I think those two right there might be our girls, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe I can hold them back right here. Yeah, I think that's them right there. Of course, she's going to want to go with the others, which you can't blame her. That's why she's in here in the first place. I'm gonna make sure that's them. Yep, that's my neighbor's brand for sure. I gotta double check this other one. I'm not sure about her. I know the one on this side is neighbor cow. Yep, those are both neighbor cows. So now we'll just try to ease them toward this gate and see if they'll go without getting too wound up here. They're not going to want to leave these other cows, but maybe we just let them think about it and talk them into it here. Looks like they're going to go. Come on, guys, make me look good for YouTube. Just let them take their time. They almost act like they know where they're supposed to be. Come on, girls. You don't have to leave, but you can't stay here. Just like that. Wow. I think it's because you're here, Dwayne. Yeah, I think it is.
They were intimidated.
They were intimidated. They said, we better not screw around here too much. We'll just kick them off this ridge a little ways. And
All right. You want me to just watch the gate so others don't come through?
sure. Yeah, I'll just get them pointed down here so they don't come right back in. That's the only two I saw up in this bunch. You go on and get now, girls. Get. I'll let it slide this time, but don't do it again. On out. That ought to do it. And don't come back. Nothing to it.
So are we just tooling along luxury for a while?
We're just tooling along at this point.
So I can have my breakfast? I didn't have breakfast this morning.
Well, yeah, I mean, oh, yeah. That's a real man's breakfast.
That's right.
A real man smokes his breakfast.
I had coffee already, but I haven't had breakfast.
You're one of a kind, Dwayne.
Good or bad.
Pretty nice scenery up here too, to have a little roll a little smoke at the foot of the Bighorn Mountains.
At the foot of the Bighorn Mountains.
Moving some cows around. Yeah, it's good. It's good to be alive. Good day to be alive.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. That's why I always carry a spare. Or two. Oh, son. I know she's a cute little mare, but you mind your manners. Let's see if this one works.
Now, do you have any philosophy about how to properly light a cigar, Dwayne? Or is it just set it on fire?
No, you light a cigar. You start out by toasting the foot. And you toast it just like you would toast a marshmallow over a fire if you do it properly. You don't just shove it in and char it. You heat it up so the 3 different layers of tobacco warm up and ignite together.
And that's called the foot, the end of it there?
Mm-hmm. It's the cap and the foot.
Just like that. And we have ignition.
That's right. Now the morning is good. So I tell that story, and then basically the point is, look, life, if you get out and accept the adventures, then you're going to have the fun, you know, but you know, life's about the adventures. It's not about sitting at home and being afraid to go out and do something, and just enjoy the ride.
You always been a storyteller?
I have.
Yeah? Where'd you inherit that from?
I would guess, you know.
Did your dad tell a lot of stories?
My dad, no, he didn't. But my granddad did.
Oh, yeah?
He was a very humorous storytelling fella. You know, it started, I went into the ministry at a young age. And it just developed over time. I found out, you know, I discovered that, at least for me, stories were the best way to illustrate a point and get it across.
Sure.
where people were interested in what you're trying to say, and then you put it, and that's what all the parables were.
Sure. People remember parables and stories. They make a connection with those a lot more readily than they do just somebody telling you information.
Well, you can bring up, whatever, a philosophical or a spiritual or whatever kind of truth, but if you use a story to illustrate it and to bring it across, then it's put together with something that's earthy, that people can understand, that they can relate to.
Where do you see the channel going from here? I mean, do you have goals for it, or are you just going to kind of let it organically do what it wants to do?
It just organically do what it wants to do, because that's where I got here. I had no goal to get here.
Yeah.
My goal when I started it was to get like 10,000 subscribers. I'm like, I think we can do that in 2 or 3 years. We can get 10,000 in 2 or 3 years, and that'll be good, just to say I did something. So yeah, now what happened just happened. I'm not going to step in and say, I got it, I'll take it from here.
Yeah, right. What do you feel like was the big turning point in the channel as far as getting some serious traction, getting into the big numbers, the big viewership, audience, really building the audience?
The cigar philosophical videos.
Okay.
I love the horse videos.
Yeah.
All right. But when I do those, I don't get a fraction of the views.
Yeah.
But those people are really important to me. The people who came on from the very start because of the horse content. So I don't want to leave them and go do something else. So I still do that content. But the big traffic is like my top 2 videos was when you just ain't got it all together, and how to deal with loneliness. I mean, those are in the millions.
Yeah, those really struck a chord with people. Yeah.
And the other one was campfire coffee. I can't even believe that. That's easily within my top 5. Just making a pot of coffee on the fire. I don't even understand that.
Would you say those are some of your some of the content you're most proud of?
I don't know, but I know that I'll do a video and I'm like, man, that's a barn burner right there. That's really good, and it won't do anything, nothing. And then I'll do one, I'm like, well, here's a little something. I haven't put anything out in about 9 days, and so I'll sit down and do this one, and it'll completely blow up.
You enjoy making the tack room videos, though. Seems like you really enjoy that.
I love telling stories.
Yeah.
I do. I love telling stories.
Yeah.
All the experiences, which brings up all the stories, and then the love of storytelling. It all came together. It's almost like the Lord said, son, I'm going to form you, and this, in order to do this. This is what I want you to do. There's some folks out there that need encouragement. Deer. That need encouragement, and they need someone who can give it to them in a palatable fashion.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my dad hated TV, so I grew up without TV, so I grew up reading, and so there's all the literature background and all that, which definitely plays into it. So.
Well, it's a beautiful thing when any human being in life stumbles upon that thing which they were meant to do. And it really does seem like you're doing that thing that you were created to do.
Yeah.
And that's when I feel like you see people that find that, and they're the most creative, they're the most fulfilled, they really are charged up to do what they're doing.
Right.
Keep on with it, brother.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, this has been a beautiful morning. We got some work done. Horses did well. And as always, some fascinating conversation. We've made it back to the trailer now, folks, and I think we're going to wrap it up. But thank you so much for tuning in. It's always a treat to hang out with Dwayne, and we just had a great morning. Now, one little thing from me to you guys. If I'm ever going to catch up to this guy, you're going to have to click that little red button down in the bottom to subscribe, because I got a lot of catching up to do to get anywhere near where Dwayne is. So get going on that, my friends. Come on, help me out a little bit. Thanks a lot, Dwayne.
Hey, you bet. Thank you.